Welcome everyone to today's Empyrion Workshop Showcase. Join me as we take a look at the Trilobite. Today's design is the Trilobite capital vessel, and it is an unlock level 25 size class 5 design coming to us from creator iroker. Now this is aptly named after the fact that it follows the form of a prehistoric Trilobite. Despite its size, it's also a fairly compact and straightforward design with very little twisting and turning in it. Starting at the back, we have a small door and a ramp that will not automatically trigger. However, when you activate either the ramp or the door, it will trigger for both objects, meaning if you activate the ramp while it's closed, it will open both itself and the door. Now when you come in, you're going to first see all the stuff in front of you. But before we look at that, let's turn to our left and go up here to the living quarters. Inside here, you will find, of course, a bed, a wardrobe, some nice seating and decorative tables, as well as a nice lounge area in the back, and of course, the necessary nice scenic view out the back of the ship. Immediately to your right, as you enter into the ship, you will also have an armor locker available, and coming to the right side of this section, we have some cargo boxes and ammo boxes, as well as a repair station. On the other side, we have our medical bay, where we of course have a nice counter when you walk in. We have our 4 medical scanners, you have some storage tanks, an oxygen station, and of course your medic station. At this point in the ship, we have hallways to our left and right with an elevator on each end. These elevators lead up to the next level, so for now we're going to continue forward into the next section. And this section is our production station area, where we have 4 advanced constructors, 2 on each side, as well as 4 cargo boxes on each side. One side labeled ABCD, the other side labeled EFGH. And finally, we have the bulk of this section of the ship, which is the massive hangar bay. On the far end towards the front of the ship, we have an oxygen station and an armor locker on one side, as well as a medic station and armor locker on the other. Next to the armor lockers at the front, there is an elevator on each side that leads to an upper balcony area. Following one path, you will come to a door that leads you outside the ship, where you can see the ships as they come into the hangar bay. This is one spot on a ship that I feel an NPC character is necessary, such as an armed guard. The other pathway from this elevator leads you down a long hallway to a door that leads you into the middle section of the ship. Towards the middle of the hangar bay is an enclosed glass section that serves as sort of the control command area for this, so you can think of it as the security booth with the bulletproof glass. We have a repair console here to control the repair bay module outside in the main hangar bay area. We also have 3 switches in here. Now that I've set it to nighttime, let's go through the switches. The middle one turns on the normal lights in the hangar bay. The switch on the right controls the night lights, as they are titled, or to me, I feel it's more like disinfectant UV lights. Maybe a trade ship is coming into the hangar bay and you want to make sure they don't have any nasty bacteria on them. And the leftmost switch is for those dangerous situations where you have a ship come in and it turns out to be pirates, and hey, you need defense. Flipping this switch gives you your sentry guns. Now back to the 2 middle hallways. Taking either one will lead you to an elevator. Following up the elevator, you will first pass a doorway into an engineering area. Both sides are practically identical except for differences in color choices, and one side will have a warp drive fuel tank, the other side will have your gravity generator. Now entering into the engineering areas, you will have to manually activate the door to open it. However, when you try to leave the engineering room, there is a detector on the side next to the door that will automatically open it as you approach. Coming to the top of the elevator on either side will bring you into the main central room, where we have 5 sections of 9 grow plots for a total of 45 grow plots. On the side towards the front of the ship, you can actually look down into the hangar bay, and there is a food processor, a decorative fridge, and a decorative box on the wall on each side. On the side of the room towards the rear of the ship, you will find 4 cargo boxes on each side, each one labeled with a number, and on the side of each set of cargo boxes there is a door leading into a bathroom area. One bathroom contains a shower, the other one contains a toilet. In the middle of the back area we have 2 sets of stairs walking past a sentry gun, but before we go up we also have a lever on the side that will turn on the middle lights for this section of the ship. Walking up past the sentry gun, you will immediately be presented with your warp drive core, and looking to your left and right, you will find armor lockers. Continuing up the stairs on either side, you will now come into the main bridge area. Next to the stairs, as you walk into this area, you will find a medic station, a clone chamber, a repair station, and an O2 station, as well as another sentry gun. The lower section also has 2 pilot seats behind nice decorative desks, and the top section here has 3 pilot seats, so you basically have 5 pilot seats, so you can pilot from anywhere in this room that you wish. Now, towards the back of the room, between the repair station and the O2 station, is a door leading out into what I consider to be the airlock. There is a cargo box on each side of this section, as well as a bench on each side so you can recover stamina. And I see this as being used for spacewalking or jumping up on the outside of the ship to do some maintenance work. Now, before you leave this area, there is another door that you might miss. If you walk around the middle section and go underneath where the 3 pilot seats are, you will find a door leading out towards the front of the ship, giving you more access for maintenance work. Once again, this is the Trilobite, and it is an unlocked level 25 size class 5 capital vessel. It comes with 18 fuel tanks, giving you a total of 94,800 fuel capacity, and with the thrusters turned off but having all of the weapons active, right now I have just under 84 hours of use. Turning on the thrusters without moving, just staying stationary, I now have only 41 hours of use. So you do not want to keep your thrusters running on this unless you are needing them to actually move. It carries a total of 18 oxygen tanks for a total of 34,000 O2 and only needs 3,981 to fill it up. The ship only comes with 1 ventilator, but does have 3 oxygen stations through the ship, as well as 3 medic stations and the 1 clone chamber. In terms of weaponry, this is pretty well loaded. It carries 4 rocket launchers and 6 pulse lasers, as well as a large number of retractable turrets. It has 8 minigun turrets, 6 rocket turrets, 4 pulse laser turrets, 4 plasma turrets, 4 cannon turrets, and 4 flak turrets. It also carries the 8 sentry guns spread around the ship. It carries a total of 28 cargo boxes and 2 ammo boxes, along with 2 fridges, 2 food processors, and 4 advanced constructors. When it comes to resources, this really is not that bad in terms of the sathium and iron. It's pretty close to what you would expect with a size class 5 unlocked level 25 design. The real problem starts if you want this earlier in the game is of course the neodymium and the erestrum zascosium amounts. Most of this will be tied up in the massive number of weapons, so if you're looking for something a little cheaper, you might want to take this and tone down some of the weapon installations to reduce that cost. Now I have to say I really like this design. It looks really good, it's got a lot of functionality built in, and the massive Hangar Bay area gives you plenty of room for multiple vessels as well as larger vessels. By also having everything in one hangar bay, you don't have a lot of walking around you have to do to go between one point and another. And following in the look of the Trilobite, there are panels along certain sections outside that have a gap between that and the main section, so you do have a little bit of extra armor in effect from that. Most of all, I like that it is very straightforward. There's not a large number of rooms that twist and turn. It's just really simple. Go here, get this, do what you need, and go somewhere else. If I was to use this in my own gameplay, I can tell you one thing I would change. Take out the cargo boxes and slopes next to the advanced constructors and use the open space to drive in and park some cargo style small vessels, either the pack mules or the cargo 32s. This will give you a lot more storage capability, and if you ever need to go out and gather a lot of supplies from a single location, such as dismantling an entire point of interest, then you can always fit these out the hallway and fly them right out the front of the hangar. Once again, this is the Trilobite by creator iroker, and if you're interested in trying it out in your own game, I will have a link in the description below. If you do try it out and you do like it, make sure to leave him a thumbs up and a nice comment on the workshop page. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave me a like, leave me a comment below, and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.